What's going on, you guys? Are you an international traveler? Do you plan on traveling internationally anytime soon? Do you stress about long flights? Do you have special dietary needs? Well, I have a couple tips that'll help you out. Make sure that your flight is a lot less stressful and a lot more enjoyable. Let's check it out.
I've got my things, I'm good to go.
My brother and I are flying from Seattle to Taipei to Manila. We do this trip every year, usually. For a family trip, and every year I try to find something to make everything a lot easier and a lot better for the flight, to make it a lot more enjoyable and relaxed for me, because the more and more I do this, the more I feel I feel more hassled to go through the motions every time. So I'm always trying to find something brand new to help make sure that I have an enjoyable experience. Here's the greatest tip. This is assuming that you already have all of your travel visa stuff, you have all of your bags packed, you just have to worry about the flight. This is the quintessential thing that you should always do, whether it be a domestic or an international flight, especially if you want to make things so much easier for you and a lot less stressful when you get there. Check out the airline website. Let's check out the website. Right now we're at EVA Airways, and we're checking into my flight right now, which is not until like Monday, but I'm taking a look at it. One of the biggest things right now is we're looking at Wi-Fi, because more often than not when I've taken this flight, I've waited until like halfway through the flight to want to get Wi-Fi, and I don't want to spend 20 bucks on just like a couple hours of Wi-Fi. So for anybody who likes to be online like the whole time, here it is. So EVA Airways offers, and it shows right here which airlines or which flights have specified Wi-Fi, which is awesome. So it looks like my flight from Seattle to Taipei, which is the longest portion of the flight. I'm not going to worry about Taipei to Manila because it's only like 4 hours really. But this one's the long one. I think it's like it's close to a 10-hour flight. So right here, if you look at it, it has a selection of 24 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour. And it looks like you get more bang for your buck if you do 24 hours. So if it's anything more than 3 hours flights and you want to be able to use Wi-Fi, you definitely want to use this selection right here. And it looks like you can actually prepay it right here, and it will give you the amount you can actually pay up front for it. Looking at it, you can pre-purchase, confirm the purchase, pay it, and then you should have a voucher ready for you as soon as you purchase it. Next, for those who have like specific dietary needs, this is really cool on EVA Airways, that you can actually select your meal. Selecting your meal is probably one of the coolest things, especially if you're a health conscious person. For example, they try to accommodate as much as they can, and I noticed this when I looked at it earlier, is that this airline in particular is very accommodating to different types of eaters. So if you're a bodybuilder and you have certain macronutrient needs, you can actually get an all-protein diet, a low-carb diet, high-fat diet, whatever you want really. But let's take a look at it real quick before I get ahead of myself. Okay, so at first you can see that it says I don't have any special needs, because I don't really have any special needs. I love all the food, whatever they give. But check this out. You can have vegetarian Hindu, children's meal, diabetic meal, fruit meal, low cal, low cholesterol, raw vegetarian seafood, vegetarian vegan meal. Check that out. Vegan. And then you have a lacto-ovo vegetarian meal and a vegetarian oriental meal, which is awesome, because that's actually quite a bit of choice, and that actually hits the entire gamut of most eaters, and I'm pretty sure somebody can find something to eat on this flight. Mind you, when you fly internationally like this, you get like about 2 to 3 meals, or I think you get 2 meals and some snack service as well. So it's really nice to be able to choose that. You don't have to pay anything extra for it, because meals are already accommodated within the flight, whatever you paid for your flight. Lastly, check this out. So a lot of people really get stressed out about seat selection. Unfortunately for me, the seat selection is closed for this particular flight. So basically they're going to do assigned seating when you check in, and a lot of the time they're super accommodating for having travel companions sit together. If they can't, it's kind of unfortunate, but at least you get on the flight. But more often than not, they try to put people who are in flight groups together. For example, my brother and I, they're probably going to try to seat us together. These are a few things on EVA Airways website that are very helpful and will make my life so much easier, especially the Wi-Fi, because now I can stay connected to anybody, let people know in the Philippines when I'm actually arriving. I can also connect with people, answer any work emails, answer any certain emails that I've kind of had to deal with but wasn't able to because I've been stressing about getting on this flight. One of the biggest things, like I said, to make sure that your travel experience is as seamless as possible is to make sure that you look at the travel website or the airline website that you're going to be flying on, because they're going to do everything that they can to make sure that you're getting what you paid for. Most airlines. I can't speak for all airlines, but I can speak for at least EVA Air and Alaska Airlines and all the other airlines that I've flown on. I know because I've checked their websites. I make sure that I thoroughly look at it, because sometimes you get hit with some weird layover and then you have to go out of security to recheck your bag and all this business, and you didn't know, and you're sitting in security and they're calling your name because you left your baggage, or you get to your destination the next day and you don't have your bags because you didn't pick it up and recheck them in. It's just a nightmare if you've ever traveled and were unprepared. So major key, check the website, make sure that you're packed, get all your travel things taken care of way ahead of time, at least a week, because you don't want to fall into some traps where you're going to be stressed out and you're going to be like freaking out because you don't have any proper documentation, you don't have all of your stuff. That's a whole other story for another video. I'm hoping that these tips helped you. Definitely, if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully this was informative and helpful to you guys, and I will see you guys in the skies.